So in order to win against the last divinity, you need a couple of things. You need sustain, very important sustain. So sustain meaning you get health, armor, or some way to survive the damage that is coming in to you. So let's take a look at the unit. We have Icy Saddle Fight, and we have Nameless Siren, both of which are just shit. These are shit. These are just shit. Hey guys, welcome back to Monster Train. Instead of going through all of my documented videos on this game, on all my runs, all my wins, I decided to create this video that is more of a guide. So I saw Never Nathaniel's video on Reddit about the guide that he made for Monster Train that listed a lot of things, a lot of areas in this game to be more mindful of, and some of the mistakes that beginners are making in this game. And then he tried to like show what not to do and what to do when playing a run of Monster Train. So I'm deciding to do something that is similar. So he went through a full run. Every decision that he's making, he went through what you should be doing, and then went down a list from the very beginning, from the limbo all the way down to ring 9. I didn't finish watching the video, but something like that. Just where to place your minions, what cards to choose, if you want to skip or not, if you want to take any money or shards or whatever. So I will go through the same thing here from the very beginning. I will do a random, and I will do it on, instead of, I think he did it on Covenant rank 15 or 10-ish. Don't really remember which Covenant he did it on, but I will do it on Covenant rank 25, and I'll go through what kind of things to look out for in a Covenant rank 25 setting, because for Covenant rank 25 you do need to be worried about everything has more health, although that is it's not a big deal. It's just to say that at least. And then Covenant 20 you get -1 floor space on the middle floor. And for the last divinity you get the more enemies, so you have to consider the three heavy units on the last divinity per wave. You have to consider the mini bosses for the last divinity. You have to consider like if you can have enough damage for the bosses, all that stuff. So I will go through this. Hopefully I won't fail. Okay, so did random. We have Stygian Hellhorn, Stygian and Exiled Hellhorn. So it's not great, but for like, because just Tessie's here, I think it's she's not very good at the last divinity, because she's just gonna get killed. But maybe there is a possibility of a Transcendent Imp deck. If you are playing Exiled Hellhorn, there is always a chance for Transcendent to appear on ring after ring 3. So after the first boss, first major boss. In this case we have Talos. Normally I would just click OK and skip this interface, because even if you click OK, you can go through this mini map here, and then you can go through and see, oh, okay, Talos, okay, fail, and you can and the Seraph, the Diligent. And for Talos, we have the stun Talos. So you can see it from the circle here. So this circle in the center means that the Talos is she stuns the first enemy that she attacks, and during the normal phases, not during the final phase. But normal phases, when she's flying, she does she stuns enemies. This is we have shield fail. So shield fail is I think she buffs all enemies on that floor that she flies to every single turn for 10 armor to every all minions, all units on that floor. And then we have Surge of Diligent. Surge of Diligent is the Consume Seraph. So yeah, you can see what these guys do when like in more detail in this page here. But after you click OK, this information is not there anymore. So it's something to just for you to learn throughout multiple runs. It's just so it's not that there isn't like a shortcut. You just have to remember, but it's not that difficult to remember though. So and for either choosing to upgrade your champion or the artifact, I always like to go for the artifact. I know, so for in the Never Nathaniel's video, he did mention that depending on the champion, some of the champion you might go for the champion upgrade first, and then some of the time, most of the other times, you will go for the artifact. But like I can remember that there are like maybe just a handful, like 5 or less times where I've regretted taking one artifact over another, and because of a champion upgrade. But most of the time I haven't really regretted because there's just so many artifacts, and most of the time it's just like the artifact and the champion upgrade, they don't really have any synergy. So I would always want the artifact first, just because it's like pretty, like it's there's a lot more choices for the artifact, and you want to base your champion upgrade on your artifact. So in this case, we have either Scorched Steel or Jack Strips. Jack Strips is a very good early game artifact because as long as you don't set up on the bottom floor, which most of the time you don't, you do not set up on the bottom floor unless you there is a very clear reason for you to just do so, set up on the bottom floor. But most of the time you do not set up on the bottom floor. Scorched Steel, it's really good in this case because we have Tithys, because she is very low health. But I think it's a Jack Strips. Yeah, the Scorched Steel is not to help with thorns or spikes, but I think it's the Jack Strips. It'll help me with the early game. Then let's see here. Chill Wind, it's really good in the early game as well. I think it has to be Chill Wind. I don't have a really good damage spell or spell weakness for to kill the boss, to kill the bosses, at least the first boss. If I take conduit, it's gonna be really difficult to kill the boss. And for this money here, it's like I know that Never Nathaniel said not to take the money because it's not really worth it. But I usually like to take the money because you get a reroll on either the Merchant of Steel or the Merchant of Magic. You reroll and you might get holdover, or you might get multi-strike or quick, or something that is really needed for your build. And taking this, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. This is... I think I can take this. Okay, so another thing is you want a... Like, because we have jack strips, the Mark of Invasion is really a piece of cake. But the thing to look out for here is to either... It's the very first wave. As long as you can survive the first wave, like everything, all these foot soldiers or the clergyman, they just die. So they just die to the jack strips. So you want your... So in this case, I want my Tessis to survive. So I'm relying on drawing Frozen Lances, Molten Imp, Queen's Implings, maybe Transfers as just block, meat shields for my Tessis, so that way my Tessis can survive. So I will go. If you want to beat the last Divinity, so if you want to beat the last Divinity at Covenant rank 25, you have, like in my opinion, you have to take most of the challenges on top of the shards. So so if the challenge is easy, just take it. In this case, it's easy. I just have to play this. I want to play the Queen's Impling first, and so that this guy has the Ember Drain, and then he will die. And then instead of killing this guy, let's do this and this. Oh, maybe I should have put this guy behind the Queen Simpling, the Mollusk Mage. I want the Queen Simpling to die, but that is okay. That is okay. Okay, so here, so we have the Apprentice of Light, which gains damage shield. Let's do this. Let's sap a Molten Imp here. So I want my Mollusk Mage to survive. So I will just sack the Molten Imp. I drew my Ice Storm a little bit too early. I think in this case I will play the Train Stewards instead of playing the Frozen Lance, which does only 6 damage, and this it does 4 damage. It kills a very high chance of killing the Disciple Foot Soldier, so Ice Storm doesn't really do that much, and the Disciple Foot Soldier will just get killed by the Jack Strips. So it's not very good. Okay, here's Ice Storm. So this is why I have the 2 Mollusk Mages on the same floor, just for that very purpose. And here, so I always like to take at least in the first 2 rings, first 3 rings. Yeah, at least the first 3 rings, I don't really like to skip. It's like you really want these common cards. These common cards can save you a lot of trouble later on. So a lot of these common cards are actually very crucial to your gameplay, to how you can win the game. So you want these common cards in your deck. And then obviously you want to get rid of some, like the Mollusk Mages that are in the deck, because so later on in the game, so that they don't take up the space, very crucial space that you might need for your other units. So you might want to get rid of it later on in the game. But for this case, I want the Ice Tornado. So the reason I'm not taking Helical here is because even though they're essentially the same, but the Ice Tornado can hit the backline. It can also it also has Permafrost, which you get to keep in your hand, and then you can play it whenever you want to play it. And with the Mollusk Mages, the 2 Mollusk Mages in my deck, I can play it when the boss is on the Mollusk Mages floor. So I will take this simply because of the Mollusk Mage. Imps. If it offers me Fledgling Imp, I really would think of taking that. Hornbreaker is also really nice. So for this game, you need so in order to win against the last Divinity, you need a couple of things. You need sustain, very important sustain. So sustain meaning you get health, armor, or some way to survive the damage that is coming in to you. It can either be like quick, you kill the enemies before they hit you. It can be dazed, you stun the enemies so that they don't even attack you. It can be like armor, you get a lot of armor. Stygian has the incant gain 2 armor buff from the Merchant of Steel, or it has the Guard of the Unnamed, which gains 3 armor, or like there's the Armor Imp that adds 20 armor, so that's sustain. And then there is damage, so you need a way to scale your damage, and Fledgling Imp is that way. It's a really nice way to scale because it applies 5 rage to all friendly units. Every single unit on that floor gets rage 5. If I get Transcendent, hopefully I do, like this will be really good. So I will take this. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it'll get good. And for this here, I think like if I don't get if I don't get a Transcendent, so what I'm thinking here is If I don't get the Transcendent, I want... Like, I still have this Fledgling Imp to scale my units with. So I'm thinking... So I don't really need the Incant for scaling. So I don't really need a staging card. But they do have Sweep. Sweep is really good also for killing everything. Sweep is good. The Hellhorn has the... forget the name. As the Deranged Brute. The Apex Imp, I don't have any armor gain for the Apex Imp if I go that way. I think I'm gonna go with the Stygian unit actually. Normally you would go for the Merchant of Steel because you get the unit and you can upgrade it immediately. But in this case, I don't think there is a... It's just Deranged Brute, which I really like to have. So it's not, and it's a rare unit, so I don't really think I can get it. It's really low chance of me getting that unit, so I just actually never mind. I can maybe get an Incant unit. I can get a Sweep unit. Those are really good with my my Fledgling Imp. So that's why I went this way for a Stygian unit instead. And Merchant, and I always like to check the shop first, just to see what is offered, and then I go on here and see what we get. Cold Kalia, eh? I think I would want to take it. It's not as good as the other Sweep guy. As the other Sweep, Icy Cellophite, the other Sweep unit's name. Because Icy Cellophite has the apply spell weakness, as spell weakness is much better than just the 3 Frostbite. And here, the tempo here, I always like this, -2. I put it on Ice Tornado, and now it costs 1. And for magic power, it's really good on Icy Ice Sword because you deal 5 damage and they're piercing. So 5 times 11 damage and they're piercing. So yeah, really good. I also like after piercing. I also really like the +30 damage from the tempo. That'll really make that card really good. And instead of upgrading her straight away, I don't think I will. Before I go, I do want to do something like this. Upgrade, sure. Lower the cost. Permafrost. No, not really. Actually, let's not spend the money here. I will reroll. That is bad. Let's do this. And then -1. So this is well, this is when you don't have any spells. When you start off with, I started off with 2 Hellhorn units, 2 Stygian units, and a spell. So these are the my 5 cards that I started with. The rest are just normal basic cards. You know what? I'll make 1 cost 0. Let's go. Maybe I should have actually. Yeah, actually I should have got rid of a card. Oh my god. Spikes 3. This is actually a problem. I can't take this because spikes really bad. And we have High Priest here. The sweep is bad. It's just really bad. I feel like I might die here, except maybe these guys will save me. Let's not take the spikes. I can't really take the spikes because I have low health, sweep unit, low health all across the board, and a bunch of train stores that are useless. Can't really take the spikes. And luckily it's just money instead of actual a unit, which it would really pay me to miss a unit, but luckily it's not a unit. And here I would just suck it up and just take the Ember Drain that is gonna come, because I want to delay the boss as much as possible. Let's do this to kill that guy there. So let's play here. Let's kill this guy. Okay. So I want to kill these guys, but I also want to kill this guy. So actually, I think I should just focus on dealing damage to these guys, because Modest Mage and the Fledgling Imp, they're just gonna die to one-shot it to the High Priestess here. So that won't really do much. So let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, I feel like I might need to restart. I mean, I think I will survive, but I will restart. So yeah, well, restarting is part of the game. How do I do this? Oh, I should have Mollusk Mage. I think that is too late. Well, I take 7. Sure. Let's not restart. So yeah, so sometimes you do have to restart. I think it's like it's not a big deal, but if you want to just like win, you restart. But for that battle there, I made the mistake of letting my Mollusk Mage die in the very top floor there. Having it survive would actually help me a lot, and then also using that using my Ice Tornado too early on the bottom floor for the first attempt was just not correct. Instead, I should have waited for the boss to go all the way up to the top floor, and then I used it. Then I used my Ice Tornado then, and then that will deal an extra 30 damage, which can really help me in this, like when my pyre only deals 20 damage. So for here, I don't have any discards, so not really considering the crypt builder. Helical Crystallis is really nice. Or another Ice Storm. I'm thinking just the Ice Storm. And we have Welder Helper or Ritual of Battle. We don't, so right now we don't have any sustain, and we don't have any we have a pseudo some sort of scaling damage with the fledgling imp, but we don't have any sustain. What we can take a look here is that we do have a staging banner coming up. We can might be able to get something there that is good for our cost, for like either sustain or some sort of scaling. Siren of the Sea, Nameless Siren, it's not so good because we don't have any sustain if you take Nameless Siren. So or like something that is really good is the Titans, not Titan Sentry, the Guard of the Unnamed. It's really good. Titan Sentry might be good, but for now, Welder Helper. Do I take that or Ritual of Battle? So I can go for a endless. I can go for a endless Fletching Imp, which will help me with the scaling of damage. So I can take. So if I go that way, then I can take the Welder Helper. But if I don't go if I don't really get anything good, like if I don't get the endless on my Fletching Imp, then I need the Ritual Battle for scaling of damage. But I think in this case, it's the Welder Helper. But I don't have a way to get rid of my own units. So yeah, so I need a way to get rid of my Welder Helper. I don't know what that way is. Or I can just take the 10 Rage. Although that really, it just duplicates my Fledgling Imp, which is not very useful. Let's go for Welder Helper and try it. and I really want this unit here. This is kind of bad in that we didn't get a single unit from the first ring or the second ring rewards, challenge rewards. So we get like really few units to choose from. Sometimes you get lucky and you get unit here, unit here, you get a unit here, and you get a unit here, and you get, of course, you always get a unit after the third ring, and then you get a unit after the third ring, like in between the third and fourth ring. Like, so it really is, sometimes you get just too many units and you have to skip some of the units. But in this run here specifically, there are not that many units, so you want to just consider your options and then just go and take all of your units. So let's take a look at the unit. We have Icy Saddle Fight and we have Nameless Siren, both of which are just shit. These are shit. These are just shit. God damn it. I'm thinking of just going, how do I do this? In order to kill ring 3, I think in this case I have to rely on spell weakness. Spell weakness is my only hope. This incant, it seems good, but it's just too slow. So spell weakness, and then I try to, and I put this guy onto the Cocalia. This is going to shit already. This run is going to shit. Let's actually duplicate the Flagellum. I really need the scaling of damage. And for this, instead of taking the Bone Dog, which is everyone's favorite card, let's just purge a card. And I'll purge a Frozen Lance. Let's purge a Train Steward. Some people might argue that purging a Frozen Lance there is better so that it doesn't get reshuffled into your deck. But getting rid of a Train Steward means that you don't have to waste an Ember just to play the card down on the field, and it doesn't take up a space, 2 spaces on the field. So this might be my end here. I can set up on the top actually. I have to just suffer the Ember Drain. Let's actually kill one of these guys. Well, I actually didn't need to kill one of those guys. My bad. Let's do this. And this. Buff again. Kill this, hit this guy. I'm planning on just holding this Ice Tornado. Let's play the Modest Mage. Go here. Okay, so it has 1. Okay, didn't kill the Forged Disciple. which sucks a lot. Okay, this Forged Disciple is gonna kill me. I think it is very bad. Close, very close actually. Actually close. Okay. Let's restart. So what I learned is maybe I should start on the bottom floor? No. I want to take advantage of my jack strips. Let's play the train steward just to get it out of my deck. Let's play these two imps and a frozen lance here. Okay, so here I think I will play a. I need two of the Ice Storm hits to land on the Forged Disciple, which can happen, or I can just use the Frozen Lance to kill it. Let's actually do this, and then I'll do this down here. I should play the Mollusk Mage down with it. Okay, so these guys are gonna get killed, except for the Conduit Infiltrator, but that should be fine. And here, instead of playing the Welder Helper, I'm thinking of just playing the Mollusk Mage and then kill these guys with the Ice Tornado. Oh no, I can kill these guys right now with the Ice Tornado. 3 hits, and then I can just play this. Let's do some damage to Talos. Let's do some damage to this guy. I can take the damage. That'll be... I can play the Molten Imp here. Let's try this. I'm gonna try playing the Molten Imp to get it below the 20 health. Now I'm just hoping for a good spell. Good spell, please. Please, please. so now it has 4. This is a good spell. Let's buff it even more. Okay, so there is the third fight. Impolate, really nice card. It seems like the correct card to take. So we don't have the Transcendent, but we do have Impolate. So yeah, it's not great, but it's second best to Transcendent. Okay, so here we have either Steelworker or Titan Sentry. And then we have a Hellhorn Banner. I believe that I should just take the Steelworker because this Titan Sentry does a sweep and I already have sweep, so that is not needed. And the Steelworker is very flexible because it can either act as a unit or in essence. The essence and the unit skill is the same. So like, and this armor 5 is much more needed than the sweep effect of the frostbite because I already have sweep. So I will just take this Steelworker. Real Beater is like, I don't find, I can't really find a good way to incorporate this unit here. So it's like, don't get me wrong, it's still like a good card, but it is more situational than Steelworker or Titan Sentry. And yeah, it's just not the right deck, I guess. Like Steelworker, this is armor 5 every single turn. It's very good. And you really like, so normally people would take space, auto take space because you want space, but sometimes you don't really need space. And then sometimes people take Ember because the more Ember you have, the more cards you can play. But sometimes you don't need the Ember because you already have Ember generation or ways to get Ember, or your cards cost 0 so that they don't need Ember. And the artifact, the boss artifact that most people ignore is this Herzog's Compound that draw 1. Drawing 1 is really good because you can go through your deck faster, because you can you have more options every single turn. You go through your deck faster, you can cycle your deck faster as well. So that is so this is like very OP only sometimes, only if you have like enough space. And Ember is not as that big of a deal in this game compared to something like Slayer the Spire or any other deck building games, because normally 3 Ember is just enough, because there are like, you can draw cards, there are various ways to cheat Ember, so you don't really need Ember. But in our case here, I believe that it is necessary to go for a Light of Seraph because we do need the Ember. But we do need the space, we do need the space because we have an Imp deck, somewhat of an Imp deck. So let's go. space because we need to play our imps on the right spaces. So yeah, let's check this. Check what this banner is. We have Apex Imp and Branded Warrior. Okay, so we have Apex Imp with Steelworker. I believe that is OP, so I will take it. But I need to finish this battle before I can combine the two at the Divine Temple there. So yeah, so it's gonna be a rough battle next round because we don't have a temple here to combine the two units. But in but in this game, after they introduced the idea of combining your units, sometimes you have to take more units than you want, and then in order for the next ring where you can actually combine your units. So you suffer a bit for 1 or 2 battles in order for a really OP combination later on that can help you win the game in the end. So I will go with Apex Imp here. It seems really nice to have the Apex Imp and the Steelworker combination. I will try to, now that I have the Apex Imp, I will try to go get a good welder helper. I think it's possible to just get rid of the Cotalia here and just go for 2 Apex Imps, so 2 Apex Imps with Steelworker, and then just use the innate armor gain, the resolve armor gain, and then just gain a bunch of armor and then do it that way. Get rid of a card, 2 cards. Let's get rid of these 2. And we have sweep. Let's go for sweep. So I don't really know how to do this. Let's upgrade here. And I'll upgrade this guy. Double stacks. Can't really do anything. So one thing is that I always like to do is consume all of my basic starter cards. So this way you get some sort of benefit from them while still removing them from the deck, as well pseudo remove them from the deck, as well as you don't really need to purge them. You get some sort of benefit from them. -1, don't think so. Let's remove the train skirt and ooh, that is bad. 2 battles without a Merchant of Steel. Now the Divine Boon, it's the money here, it's not very useful. Because I have money here if I want to go to Merchant of Magic. If I don't get enough money for a trinket, then I'll just go here. There is a Concealed Caverns, there's the money, there's Merchant of Magic that can help me. You don't really need the money here for this here, exactly. So it's any 10 pack shards after the first after the first limbo pack shards, the first limbo money, it's just not necessary, and you don't want to just artificially increase the amount of pack shards that you have. I have one like games that I've gotten like 300 pack shards, 200, 180, like a lot more than 100, but those are like specific runs. I don't really want to use those examples to force onto this run in particular, but it really depends on the runs. And if you can get an upgrade, or like if you really want an artifact that if you get the artifact you win automatically, there are some cases that can happen, but not for this run in particular. So I will just skip this money here and then just go. This is bad. Okay, I cannot take this. Oh my god. Okay, can't take that. Restore all health, it's bad. Okay, let's just fight without, like, you really need a lot of scaling if you want the restore health to work properly. I think I can set up like this. I want the money, definitely. And I also want to kill some of these guys. So let's do a ice tornado here. Okay. Didn't kill any of them, but that is okay. Let's do an Equus Nympling here. Let's just I'll play this. Okay, so here it's just quite simple. You want to play your Queen's Implings or your fodder in front of your units. So in this case, this is what is happening. So, like, yeah, I really need a way to kill off my own imps so that I can actually play more of these fledgling imps in front. Yeah. Let's do it like this, and it's dead. Okay, so we didn't take the challenge. Now that, like, I look back at it, I think I could have actually taken the challenge. But well, what? Like, some things like this can happen. Like sometimes you look back on it and then you say, maybe I could have taken the challenge. Maybe I could, like, and you regret not taking the challenge. But, like, sometimes it's better safe than sorry. And for something like the enemies restore all their health after they ascend the floor, so it can really ruin a run if you cannot kill the enemies in that one wave. So sometimes it can really hurt you bad. So yeah. Guardian Stone. This is really tempting. With Apex Imp, Guardian Stone. That is really tempting. Because this is like a... This is an infinite or a really... Oh, there's the transcendent. Oh my god. There is a transcendent. Oh my god. What? What? I think I can still take it. So I think this run is pretty good now, after this Transcendent and the Guardians don't pick up. So you play Apex Imp. You play 2 Apex Imps in the middle floor. Well, the Transcendent is really good. Let's choose a Divine Artifact. Let's go with... Let's go with the Divine Concussive Course, actually. Now that they will get stunned. Okay, so I'm looking for Endless Multi-Strike. Endless Multi-Strike. The Incant gain 2 armor. So I don't think I will go for the... Yeah, the Merchant of Magic. I've gone to 2 Merchants of Magics already, so like I don't need to go to more of them. Here I think it's time to remove Mollusk Mage number 1, and I'll remove a Frozen Lance. No, I'll remove the Mollusk Mage number 2. Okay, so I'm taking a look at... so I'm combining the Apex Imp here, but I also want to combine Queen Simpling and Transcendent, and like I need... like... so that I can get... so I need Endless though. I need Endless first. So sacrifice the Steelworker. Put it on the Apex Imp. So the Apex Imp is good, but it still needs some more armor or more health in order to survive like first 2 turns for the last Divinity. So that can be a problem, but hopefully I can get like a some sort of health upgrade, or like you can't gain armor in order to have it survive. Let's upgrade this. Yeah. So for the upgrades, I don't I never take the Purge Stone. And for the other upgrades, there are always some sort of card, in there like most of the time there is always a card in your deck that can use one of the upgrades. It's just matter of do you think you can deal with everything that's coming to you if you take that upgrade. So sometimes, like right now I have 100 out of 100. Do I think I can take down the next challenge? I believe I can. It doesn't seem too bad actually. If it's a stealth one, it might be a little bit of a problem. But other than that, shouldn't be that big of a problem. When you play your third card of the turn, draw 1. Frozen cards are reduced to 0. Let's just go with Winged Steel. Let's go. So we have the Harpy here. The Harpy is bad because it can attack a lot of times. Oh, and we have the Master of Light. A good thing it has a stun. Dazed. So I think I can deal with the spell shield even though I am playing Stygian because these guys have stun. These guys are dazed, I mean, so I can just safely play everything on the bottom floor and then just try to wail on them. Huh. This might be a little bit bad. Okay, we have Ice Storm here. Well, no Transcendent. No Transcendent for the boss. Let's play that for the incant. Let's not play that. That is bad. Okay, that's 7 incants. 7 spell damage. Okay, that is good enough. Whew. Okay, so there is a silence. I don't want another one of these. Do I? Do I? I don't think so. Let's go for a silence. There's an important work which I really need for to kill my imps. And finally I get to upgrade my units. So yeah, like instead of going on the other way, which is definitely not the correct choice. And we have Queen's Tail. Nice. Let's see what this is. Collection of tails? Or actually House Banner is better. The rage does not decay is like it's good, don't get me wrong, but you only lose one rage per turn, so it's not that big of a deal. And compared to the House Banner, if you get House Banner, and since I am playing a imp deck, I plan to get Endless on my Transcendent, so I can almost guarantee to play 2 units in a turn, and so I can get the 3 Ember per turn, almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. And this combined with the Winged Steel is a really good combination. Quick. I think I want this health upgrade. I think I want this whole health upgrade because I want to play my Apex Imps on the top or middle floor, and I want them to survive at least a couple of rounds before so that I can draw my cards properly. Quick though. Yeah. Endless? That sucks. I have 2 more chances. I want to play... Okay, so I want to play the 2 Apex, so I want to play 2 Apex Imps with my Testes on the same floor. Let's spend 25 gold to upgrade this. I might get rid of it. Later. Large stone. No. Just no. do I want to get rid of any card here? Most of them are imps. Let's get rid of a Queen Simpling. Molten Imp can help kill the backline, so that is what it's really needed in the deck. And the Fledgling Imp, they're just good as buffing units. I think it's the Queen Simpling. So what I'm looking to do here, that we have the Transcendent, is to either merge a Molten Imp into it or merge a Queen Simpling into it. So I think it's like it really depends on me getting the Endless or not in the next 2 fights, next ring. If I can get a Endless, I don't really need to worry about anything anymore. If I get Endless, I can go to the Merchant Magic for the Hellvent. If I don't, I would just have to deal with only one Apex Imp. So can I play these guys on the bottom here? This guy is also considered an Imp? Huh. I'm confused. Okay, I can't. I can't play these guys on the bottom floor. That is my mistake. I thought I could, but nope. Okay, so silence this guy so that he doesn't get any more armor. Okay, so there is the Transcendent. But maybe it's not time to play it yet. Let's play this. And this. And this, actually. And then I sack this. Okay. Deal some damage. And we are holding the Transcendent. So We're holding the Transcendent for the until we play all of the imps. Okay, I can actually kill this guy. Let's kill one of these guys. Okay, so here what we do is Frozen Lands, Impolate, then we can do this. Here's the Transcendent again. I want to keep this spell weakness stacking. Let's do this. Here. Let's do this. Here. Kill these guys. Let's keep this Ice Tornado in the hand so that I can play it when I get more spell weakness. Incant, keep on incanting. Do this. The worst case is the Ice Tornado, but in this case I can go with Ice Storm. Okay, and there is a Siren Song. There's also the Last Stand and the Spike of the Hellhorn. So right now I am thinking that we do need some sort of sustain. We do need sustain because we want our Apex Imps to survive. And so the Guardian Stone can help with that. It's just not really good enough. And we do want to take another space instead of taking the draw because we just don't have enough space. Yeah, we do want this space. So let's go for a Siren Song and a space, Light of Seraph, because 2, 4, 5, 6, and we need another space to play a Imp, at least one Imp, every single turn in on that same floor. Money, Merchant of Steel, Endless, nice. Upgrade this guy. Divine Temple. We are I think it's a Queen's Imp play. Molten Imp can work as well, but I think this does help with... Yeah, I think it is the Queen's Imp play. and then plus 30. Do I go for it? Let's go for this piercing instead. Let's go for the piercing here. And I'll wait on that. Not go for that. Spell weakness. Or frostbite. I'll take the spell weakness. I have been relying on the spell weakness a lot. So it seems really good. Now I think it's time to remove the frozen lances. And maybe a fledgling imp. Actually a fledgling imp. Maybe not a fledgling imp, maybe a queen simple. These imps, they do help me though. Maybe I just do remove the other frozen lands and then... So what I'm looking for now is... I need to reroll. Okay, there's a rune stone. And I can't take the large stone. I feel like I can't play the guardian stone anymore. I should have gave the guardian stone some health. Yeah, let's go. 25 cards, more than enough. I think I can take this. It's just 20 armor. If you get this challenge, if you get to this stage and then you get this challenge here, it's very good. The armor is very good. The attack is very good. Spikes is very good, and so some of the ones that you have to the mark of ruination is really good. Some of the ones, the challenges that you have to be aware of not to take is either those spikes. If you have sweep and your sweep units can't be healed or can't be armored, and they have really low health. So that is something to watch out for. And then the thing, the healing to full health after every floor is something also to watch out for. That can really end the run, because going to full health, like with 290 health, it's crazy. It's you have to kill them at 290 health, and that cannot be done easily. Okay, let's do this. And this. And play this. Play my imp. Play Ice Storm. I want the money. Play this imp. Like normally, if I'm playing against the last Divinity, I might do this just to... Oh, I don't have incant. Oh, I do have incant. Yeah, I'll just do this for the incant, but against this guy, just go for the damage instead. Play this guy. Play this guy. Maybe it's better to go for the piercing. didn't die. The problem. Should've thought about it a little bit more. Let's silence these guys. Okay, finally my Transcendent is dead. So don't be like me and just kill the enemies. You have to leave enough enemies for your Transcendent to actually die. In this case, let's do. I want these guys to die. Okay, that is good. And I can kill these guys. Let's kill this. So, and then now I have important work. So important work is really good because you can play a Transcendent twice a turn, and as you can see, it's really good. Let's do this and this. Play this for the armor. Let's do this and play it again. 1, 2. Play these guys. Play this. Oh, I do have space here. So I believe that we have the game already, and now that we have the game, I want to take this opportunity to just take as many unmastered cards as I can. So for example, this Crystalline Seeds here, not mastered, not divine mastered. So let's pick it up. Imprint box, very nice. There's Tiresome Climb too. I think it's a Tiresome Climb. This Tiresome Climb is really good against the last Divinity because it can stun or daze the last Divinity, and he doesn't attack you. And I want to go this way for... Do I have -2? No, I don't. I have Intrinsic. Intrinsic on Siren Song. I can stun or daze the last Divinity for 3 turns. That seems good. Just for setup purposes. And yeah. Just to give myself some time to set up. And then -1, I will put it here. Tiresome climb. Yeah, let's consume this card. Sure. No. Let's reroll. Oh yeah, so something that I try to make myself do, but did fail to do it this time, is to take a look at everything before I make a decision. So especially for this last ring here, you want to take a look at the Merchant of Magic, the Merchant of Trinkets, the Divine Temple, if there is a Divine Temple, and then consider all your choices and then make a decision there. Only after you take a look at everything. And here we have Tempered Talisman. It's really good with the ice storms, and it's really good. Yeah, only with the ice storms actually here. It's also really good again with the what's that keyword called? Attuned, because attuned times 5 the magic damage, so really good. But I don't think it's the pick in this one, and we didn't go to this side for the Merchant of Steel, so Firestone Housing is not the pick here. Definitely not a pick. Scorching Restraint, it's good, but it's not that good. Oh, well. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's the foot, what's that, the proverb? The stone, the puzzle in the piece in the puzzle, the final piece in the puzzle, I guess. We can take the Resonant Shard as well. It's good, but it's definitely not like as good as the Ashes of the Fallen. I wanted a holdover, but this is also not bad. Definitely not that. Do I have enough? Maybe I'll just pick up the Resonant Shard because... yeah. No. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, so I will, instead of I was always talking about duplicating the Apex Imp, but then now that we have Ashes of the Fallen, we have all these Imp synergies, let's just duplicate this. And before we go, let's pick up this. So this is a little bit of a challenge, because this guy has 10 stealth and there are only 9 turns. But the good thing is that we do have we do have a Imp deck, so the Imp synergy is and we have armor, so we can hopefully tank the damage that is coming in. 4,400 health, seems a lot like it's a lot, but if you really like boil it down, it's definitely not a lot. Okay, so we are consuming spells. So let's consume this. And I think have to. We have to let these guys go up. Can't play the Guardian Stone because I played the Walder Helper here. Okay, well, shit. Let's consume. And let's Ice Tornado down here. Take 1 damage. We have 130, it's not that bad. Okay, we finally drew our Transcendent. Want to play the Transcendent. This will kill that guy. This will not kill that guy. What? What happened? Why? Let's consume this, it's fine. I have absolutely no idea what happened. Why did it die? Because of this Wildwings? Oh my god, now it's not dying. Frickin' hell. Okay, here's another Transcendent. Let's do this to consume. Let's do this. I can actually, let's just do buff our Apex Imp here. Play out all of the imps. These imps are just sacrificial. I'll save the Ice Tornado. Huh. Well, I guess it's time to consume the Ice Tornado. Okay, I can kill everything there. Let's kill everything here. Let's consume this. Days. Let's do this. And then this. Okay, so I don't have that many cards left, as you can see. Actually, in this case, I think it's better to do this. Yeah, and this. So, sometimes, like in that case, in particular, it's better to just ascend the boss. Even though sometimes you don't, like, intuitively, you don't want to ascend the boss because you want to delay the boss as much as possible, but ascending the boss in that case is actually delaying the boss because you get the days 2. The days 2, it really helps you a lot in this case because the boss has stealth too, so that the days and the stealth, they cancel each other out. And in this case, I have another Transcendent to play, and then I can play it straight away, and it also deals the damage, and it gives my Apex Imp the armor, which if I played that on the middle floor there, would have just armored my Transcendent, which is not as good. So took only 1 damage, not so bad. So here is the the last Divinity fight. Now, this I do want to set up on the top floor. So let's do it. Actually, let's do this. That's freaking awful. Okay, let's impalate and stun. Okay, and then let's give it armor. And then remember that we do have the health spanner for all of the ember that we need. So, oh right, I did get my armor there. Let's do this. And we'll Ice Tornado, whatever, it's not that bad. Not that big of a deal. We can do this. And then we can do this. Okay, we draw the Transcendent again. Stun again. And then can do this and this. Even though they're gonna die. It's fine. Like all these armor is fine. Oh my god, I'm not gonna die. That is a problem. I'll just play out the Guardian Stone because at this point I don't need the Guardian Stone anymore. It helped with some, but like after a while it's just not required or not needed anymore. Okay. That is a problem. Well, now it's not. Okay. Okay, so these guys are gonna die. Okay, and then we get this. 600 and... Well, I can... I don't think I have the damage actually. I don't think I have the damage. Like 657, I don't have the damage. I have 490, but like all these other guys don't do any damage. Let's just kill these guys on the bottom. So this is a so if you play this game enough times, maybe like 50 hours of this game, something like around, or like 50 to 100 hours of this game, you know that to do not pick up every card and to have a thin deck. Sometimes a thick deck can work, but having less cards means that you can draw the same cards over and over again, and like something like this deck is a very nice example. I am always drawing my cards, and we have the win here. So yeah, it's like I like having the Transcendent. It's really nice, but you want to draw the important work because we don't have holdover on it. So that's why we have like 28 cards. Is medium-sized deck. It's not that low of a number, but we have enough draw. We have the Winged Steel for draw. We have the important work for pseudo draw, but most importantly, most of my deck are just imps that, or they're just imps, or they have consume on them, so they are just gone from the deck after one turn, and then you can draw the same cards over and over again. So that is how you beat a Covenant rank 25 run with random. And so to conclude, you need sustain, you need damage, and I mean scaling damage. And these are only achievable by either like good spells or like something like the Transcendent, something like the Fledgling Imp. So I'm getting there, getting there. More than half completed. So you need sustain, which in this case I have my Steelworker, my Guardian Stone, which I use for like 2 rounds. And after I got like Transcendent and then holdover on it, not holdover, endless on it, and then Welder Helper, and then that helped me like with the sustain, and then I have Siren Song for the days. The days is also sustain. Sustain doesn't mean like healing or like gaining armor. It also means like preventing the enemy from attacking, would just inadvertently mean that your units gain health. So preventing the enemy from attacking you is a great way for sustain, especially in Stygian, because Stygian they have a lot of days cards. And they have a lot of spells, so if they're dead, if the enemy is dead, they don't attack you. In this game, I didn't get at the first, like very beginning, ring 1, 2, and 3, I didn't get a good scaling unit. Sometimes you don't get that scaling unit because the clan doesn't have those scaling units in the early game. They have like scaling units like some other way. For example, like this. In this game, I only got the Apex Imp after ring 3. So if I didn't get it, if I didn't go to that direction, I think I went right after ring 3. So and then I got Apex Imp, which helped me a lot with as a tank. So if I didn't go that way, well, I missed it. I missed the opportunity. You miss the tank, and then you might not be able to win. So if you're lacking in units, for example, in this game, so first ring, Guardian of Lights, Guardians of Light, I didn't get a single, I think the challenge was money. Barb Disciples, same thing, challenge was money. So there was a lack of units. So I knew like instantly to go for all of the units and just take the good units that are offered. So like getting the Coscalia, that is a good unit to sweep. It's always a good unit to scale on, because they can get multi-strike, even though I didn't get any multi-strike here, but they can get multi-strike. And then if you have Fledgling Imp, even if I didn't get Transcendent, if I just have Fledgling Imp and then I put holdover, no, I keep on saying holdover. If I put endless on it, and then I can keep on killing it and then buffing the Coscalia, and then the Coscalia can just sweep the enemies like that, and then Coscalia would have quick and potentially multi-strike. So she would kill all the enemies before the enemies can even start hitting the tank. So that's how that's damage as well as sweep, as well as sustain. So it's a really good unit. Sweep is So if your clan has sweep, you always want to take it, but sometimes you don't get that opportunity. But for Stygian, for this run here, we took the sweep, dealt with the early game, the spell weakness. We knew, so I knew that the spell weakness would be my like winning condition against the first 3 bosses, because I didn't have any other way of dealing damage. And I have the ice storms and the ice tornado, so I knew for a fact that that would be my go-to damage to deal with the 3 rings in the beginning. And then after the 4th ring, I realized, oh, there's a Transcendent, and I can go Transcendent. If there wasn't a Transcendent, I would have just put the Endless onto my Fledgling Imp, and then put a Fledgling Imp onto a Fledgling Imp. That way you get 10 rage every single turn, because you would put the Fledgling Imp in front of all of your units, and then your Fledgling Imp would die. So you get 10 rage every single turn, and then you can buff your Apex Imp with the armor. You can buff your Cocalia with the Fledgling Imp. That's how you get all of your damage that way. It would be a lot less OP. It would be a lot more close of a fight. But I think, that is still like the process, the thinking behind all of the gameplay, that is all of the decision that I'm making here. And I believe that, like, even if I didn't get the Transcendent, but I think if I combined the 2 Fledgling Imps together, and then maybe duplicated it, but maybe if that was the case, then maybe I would have just duplicated the Apex Imp. Yeah, it would be more difficult and more decisions making. So, but yeah, this was a really good run. The first 4 rings were the most difficult here. A lot of people might have failed on ring 1, 2, 3, or 4. We had to restart on ring 2 and ring 3, I think. Ring 2 and ring 3. Oh, and the Harpy's Guard, we restarted because I got ambitious and put every unit on the bottom floor, but that was just it was just funny to play with. Just something to test around. But like actuality, ring 2 and ring 3 we restarted it. But sometimes that is the case, and in my opinion, restarting not that big of a deal. You learn from your mistakes, and then you try not to make it. That was a very long run. Normally this run would take me like less than an hour, or somewhere around an hour. But now, like, the run itself, took 2 hours and 5 minutes, and then with all that explanation before the run and after the run, right now the video is 2 hours and 30 minutes. I will try to edit it a little bit, but there was a lot of explanation going on, so I don't think there is a lot to cut out, but I will try to make it as short as possible. So that was a very long and I believe thorough explanation of what to pick in this run, in a particular run. Like, this is very latter half of this run. It's just playing the Transcendent, playing everything, and look at me. Oh, okay, I just kill everything, and then that's it. What you can probably take away from this run is the beginning of 4 rings. The beginning of 4 rings, take a look at maybe my decision making. Why did I choose which way to go? If I like the ring 1, after ring 1 I went to the Stygian banner instead of the Hellhorn banner. So went for the Merchant of Magic. I don't think that decision was that important, but it's I think the other way would have worked as well. Going for all of the banner units, that is something that you I think need to do in this run in order to win, but maybe I'm wrong here. But if you want to upgrade or infuse all both of your units, you do want all of the banners, because you only get 4 banners. Yeah, you only get 4 banners, and then you can make two infused units. So if you miss even one banner, you miss the opportunity to infuse a unit. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Learn some tips or tricks or decision making, or what to do and what not to do in this video. Yeah, hopefully you guys will also win next time when you're trying to go against the last Divinity, or trying your first time or your second, or how many times you have tried to win against Commandant rank 25. And consider subscribing if you haven't, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace.